Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Or maybe I should say the Slurpivation Nation. The thin line between collecting and stacking bullion. Let's explore! You may have heard the phrase, the thin line between love and hate and the sharp point of a knife. Well, that is a phrase that many of us have come to question, maybe. How can there be a thin line between polar opposites, right? Exactly. Well, it brings us together in an Iron Maiden song from Brave New World. So that's our understanding of that phrase. It comes full circle. But in the world of bullion and stacking, well, a lot of people out there say, I don't care what the silver looks like, I'm just going to get the bullion. No matter what it is, if it's got a low premium, I'm going to take it. But there's a lot of pieces that are out there that you can collect as bullion. It is marked as such. It's simply bullion. It just has a different design on it. And it may have a slightly higher premium, but nonetheless, we pretty much accept it for what it is. Such as the case with the Queen's Beast coins that came out from the United Kingdom. By the way, Iron Maiden is a band from the United Kingdom, so it's apropos. We're going to open up this box from Monument Metals, an American company, to take a look at some British bullion. Indeed. That's what we're going to do, as we drop our camera here, and we're going to use this opportunity to unbox the latest and hopefully final Queen's Beast coin. A box within a box, as is usually the case. Monument Metals does a great job of packaging their products, whether it be gold or silver. And very, very nice. So let's take a look at this here. Unbox it. This is the final piece. I thought it was the end whenever we had the last queen. I think it was the Yale of Beaufort. Or, no, maybe it was, I forget. It's been a little while, but nonetheless, we've got all 10. You may have even seen the video where I showcased all 10 of those. But here we have the, I'm going to do this off camera here. It's easy to do off camera. Let's see. There it is. And I had actually ordered a capsule too, but they didn't send that. Which is unfortunate. I have to maybe inquire about that, but no capsule was sent with it. But it is the final Queen's Beast coin. And we're going to take a look at it here closely. There it is, in person, the final Queen's Beast. But this is a bullion coin. And from the Royal Mint of the United Kingdom, complete with milk spot, which is unfortunate. Several milk spots. Some people have complained that these completer coins have had milk spots on them. And I've been relatively unscathed through the Queen's Beast series and have avoided milk spots, but this was the exception, unfortunately. But nonetheless, other than that, it looks nice. Beautiful piece. And that is the plague of bullion, and that goes to the theory of the thin line between love and hate and collecting and stacking bullion. And that is the case. You have a series of coins that may be marketed as bullion coins with somewhat low premiums that can be collected. And I would make the argument that that line, as thin as it may be, brings out the collector in all of us. Because who doesn't like a beautiful coin to add to their stack that's a little different than just regular eagles, maple leafs, Britannias, and the very common bullion coins that we see out there, or even more so, generic bullion designs. But you can collect a lot of different generic bullion or privately issued bullion. There's really no generic bullion out there that I can think of. The brands are usually recognized brand names for the most part. But nonetheless, this is a look at the Queen's Beast Completer in silver. Because of the shininess of it, it's a little difficult to really kind of make out each animal as it is on the gold version of this. But nonetheless, this is sort of an example of what it means to be able to accumulate bullion at bullion prices, and to be able to stack it and collect it. And that's kind of what it's about. It's about having a piece that you can stack and enjoy, while at the same time being able to preserve your wealth with the fundamentals of what silver does, or gold in many cases. And so that is kind of where we're at with this. It's a beautiful way to be able to accumulate and to experience and have fun with your stack and enjoying your stack. And I think that is where that line is drawn. It's about enjoying collecting without paying too much of a premium, and when you're able to do that, then it makes it a lot more enjoyable. The problem is perhaps being able to liquidate in such an environment. Obviously this is probably not going to be as liquid as an eagle, for instance, or two silver eagles. This is a 2-ounce piece. And these 2-ounce thicker coins have become sort of the rage among stackers and collectors since they kind of hit the market in about 2014 and 2015, is when we started to see many more of these 2-ounce paid for pieces. They're beautifully done, and I love the weight and feel of them. They actually take up less space because they're kind of, stacked together, so to speak. It's the same diameter, and they're thick. They're not twice as thick, technically, although in theory they are. But if you take two 1-ounce Britannias and stack them together, they would actually be thicker than this because of the design. Here you're avoiding the rim and the design that would be conceivably be on the other side of the 1-ounce piece. But it is an area that I think is quite fascinating among pure stackers out there, to get coins such as this that are considered bullion, and they have all of the attributes of a bullion piece, including, by the way, as I noted out, milk spots. The dreaded milk spots are common. We've seen that in the new eagles. We've seen it in the maple leafs up until 2018, where they did away with that. They found the process, a very secret process they're not telling people much about. They have a name for it, but that's about it. And they're not sharing it even with the mother country, the England, the Royal Mint, the British, the United Kingdom is not using that same technology in order to avoid milk spotting. And it makes you wonder if this is kind of a rushed out series in the bullion version here to maybe help pay for the collector coins and maybe profit. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, there are collector versions of these in silver as well that are absolutely stunning. I've seen videos on it by other channels. And this was just to kind of complete the collection of the Queen's Beast. I may actually have to get another one, because this version is not acceptable in terms of quality, unfortunately. But nonetheless, this is where the collector in me kind of stands out. But as a bullion coin, this is perfectly fine. It is a way to be able to showcase some beauty in the design and to be able to enjoy it. The problem with it is liquidity. will you be able to find a buyer? Of course, if you're not paying a whole lot over spot, it may not matter a whole lot. But some of these pieces can be quite collectible in the bullion versions. We've seen that in previous issues, but usually the same year, if there's an unlimited mintage, well, typically they continue to be minted, and people take advantage of that. And then the following years, it's very difficult to find, and then tend to sell at a higher premium. So there's a little bit of gamble, and there's a potential that it could do well in the secondary market. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are about that thin line between collecting and stacking bullion. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching. Encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.